Okay.
So
So, okay, so we will go with the Jenkins master slave architecture. Okay. So my screen is visible, right?
yes,
Master slave architecture. Okay. So why we using master slave setup? Anyone know? Any idea?
handling everything by one machine is difficult and like it cannot process more requests. So instead of having master, we can go with slave so that master can monitor and slaves can process the requests and do everything.
Right. Consider this is a EC2 where we installing the Jenkins. Okay. So we will take a EC2 and we install the Jenkins application. And after that, we will access the Jenkins using UI, right? So UI, we can see the Jenkins dashboard and everything. So we configure the Groovy script, right? I mean, we write up the Groovy script and define everything inside the Groovy, like the pipeline, starting with the pipeline, agent, tools, installation, stages, everything we define here, right? Right. So under the stages, we define the stage, right? Stage one, taking the code. I mean, check out the code from the repository. Then we need to build or compile the code, then test the code, then build the code. So these are the process or these are the stages that we define the Groovy script in different stage. So these are the process, right? So coming to manual way, how we will, for example, Java application, okay, we need to do this process manual, right, in that corresponding machine. So using Jenkins, actually, these are the things done by Jenkins, right? We define everything in the GUI, but that Jenkins need a machine, right? So these all the process belongs to the same machine where Jenkins running. So coming to this machine, this scenario, uh, assume that this Jenkins running in a single machine. Okay, so every process or every execution happening on the same server. That coming to production environment, that's not a best practice. Okay, because a lot of issues there, like coming to machine configuration, security aspect, there is some issues there because we're taking a lot of code, right? Code from repository, we download in dependency. So there is security issues or there if you build, I mean, run the same pipeline script within the same machine. Other thing, if the application is huge, then how it will impacting our machine, okay, the machine where we install Jenkins. That depends, I mean, the execution and process running, I mean, running on the same machine, right? So it will take CPU, memory, and storage. So these all the things needed for the execution, right? So if consider like that, we have a Jenkins and we have multiple application and the multiple pipeline, and we run multiple pipeline similarly. Okay, so it will taking a lot of CPU, memory, and storage. Storage in the sense of, for example, some application has been built. Okay, for Java application, consider just example. Okay, we building war file, right? So if the application is huge, the war file size is high. So we need to keep the storage as well for the same EC2 machine. So uh, the main problem is it will taking these all the resources. Also, the Jenkins will slow because that process taking a lot of resource. So the application will also hanging or slowing that case. Secondary, the security issues. So we taking the dependencies and we taking the code from the repository. So we need to ensure that that application or the dependency is like I mean the vulnerabilities or any bug or it will affecting our machine as well. So this is not a good practice if we do the similar setup in production environment. So coming to production environment, we need to set up master slave. Okay. So we install the Jenkins on a EC2 machine or a virtual machine, and we called as that is the master or the controller, Jenkins controller. And we will set up another machines, another virtual machine. As per the requirement, we can create more machine. And next thing is we need to connect with our Jenkins master to slave. Two way we can connect. One is SSH way, and next one is using controller method. Okay, two approach we can choose. So the Jenkins master can talk with the agent. Okay, this will be the agent or the slave. And next time, coming to the Groovy, we need to define the agent. Okay, here we can see if we go with the Groovy script, we need to define the agent under the agent syntax. Okay, so here we have considered two agents. Okay, one is this, one is this, and we need to define the name of the agent. And what will happen whenever the build start? All the process, okay, I mean all the execution will happen on the corresponding agent only, not the Jenkins. Then another scenario like we have different environment, okay, dev, UAT, and prod. So we can set up different machines for different environment as well. For example, here we need to take three machine and we make this as the dev and UAT prod. Consider we have different pipeline here. For example, for one pipeline for development, one pipeline for UAT, and another one for the production. So coming to each pipeline configuration, we need to define corresponding agent. So we can do using the label. Okay, there's a label option there. So we need to define the label. Also that we need to define in that agent for the corresponding pipeline. So that the specific pipeline will execute on corresponding agent or corresponding slave. So the other machine and the Jenkins machine will be free in that case. Got it. All of you.
Yes.
Okay. We can jump into the lab, right?
Sure.
Okay. So for that, we need to set up that Jenkins, right? First, so I'll go with the Amazon Linux. Okay. Mm, and I will select medium, T2 medium. Disable, enable. Here I have a, security group. Okay, so I will use that security group, but I will show you what are the ports I opened for that. Jenkins. Okay, this is a security group. So here I opened C. Port number 88 open and the default 22 open and one more port I additionally opened, that is 40933. Okay. So I will show you why we opening this port number. And we need to select all the machines and the master or the slave. We need to open this port number. Okay. So in this case, I am not going with the default security creation. I will select the existing one. Okay. I choosing that Jenkins security group and launch. So go with the official documentation how we install Jenkins on and AWS Linux. Mm, yeah. Now I'm going to running the commands. Okay. This is for the package update. Then we need to install the Jenkins repository. Okay. Jenkins package. Now we added the Jenkins package. Now we need the key for the same Jenkins CH key. So we need to take it from the repository. Now we need to upgrade the system. Then we need to install Java dependency. After we can directly run installation of Jenkins because we already taken that package and key. So it will take that and run on our machine.
I think this documentation is different from the one which we have.
Right. For Ubuntu, it's different.
Okay.
Okay, that has been completed. Now we are going to enable the service. Okay. So if we enable service, whenever the machine rebooted, service also started. Okay. Starting the service using systemctl command. And finally, we need to check the status. Okay, up and running.
Two zero eight is missing.
Edit.
IP.
Sorry.
In the IP 208.
Oh, 180 is missing. Okay, for the initial password, this is on. Okay, you can see that in the log as well. So copy. No need to cat.
Let me skip this part.
Yeah. So we successfully landed to a Jenkins dashboard. So here you can see the build executor. Okay, executor. Actually, that build executor is the same EC2 mission where the Jenkins installed. Okay, so this is a one built-in node that we call as a built-in node. So, okay, I open the built-in node configuration, then configure. So here you can see number of executor for the same machine is 2. The executor means how that concurrent run happen on the same EC2 machine. Okay, I mean same Jenkins application that is based on the CPU of the machine. You can see, yeah, the maximum number of concurrent builds that Jenkins may perform on this node. A good value of start with would be number of CPU core on the machine. Setting a high value would cause each build to take longer, but could increase the overall throughput. So now I am going to change the number of executor, okay, to the machine. I mean, where we installing the machine because we don't need to run anything on the machine, right? Because we are going to do the slave setup. So first we need to change it to 0. So no build happen on. We can ensure that there is no build happen or no executor will be on the same machine. Apply and save. So that part is completed. Now we need to go to the dashboard. And meantime, we can create another mission. Okay. I will go with the T2 medium. Existing keeper is fine. Enable public IP and select the same security group that we use for that master. Okay, because the 40933 is enabled, that port number. Launch. So we successfully launched that slave machine. Our recommendation is need to connect from the masters to slave, right? So go back to the Jenkins dashboard and go to Jenkins. So there is a configuration part there to add in the agent. Okay, that's under the node. See, so click on the node. So here actually we need to create new node. We click on the new node. We need to define the name and type as permanent agent, then create. That's a way. So before that, we need to do one thing under the security. Okay, under security, and here we can see the agent TCP port inbound agent. Okay, so if you not using inbound agent, it's recommended that you disable this entirely, which is a default installation behavior. Jenkins use this TCP port to communicate with the agent connected inbound. So here actually we need to select the fixer. Okay, instead of disable, we are going to fix some port. That port number is 40933, the same port number that we opened for that EC2 machine. In that security group also we open the port, right? So this is a port, it's fixed for the agent inbound actually. So if we don't use agent, we need to disable that one, or else we need to select the random, it will taking a random port number. But this is a fixed one, so we need to fix the best practice. Okay, that's all from the security part. Apply and save. Now we are good to create that node part. Go to the node and select new node, name it something, select permanent agent and click create. So this is a configuration page. Okay. So here we can see the description, number of executors. See, so we make it 2. We need to define the root directory. I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm facing some issues with the mic actually. Now, yeah, we need to set up the directory, okay, before providing the directory there. So we need to log into the Jenkins slave machine and create a directory. Also, we need to install the dependency, okay. For example, if that build, I mean, if that pipeline needs any I will show with the command. Okay. Sorry, the Groovy. You can see my Groovy script, right?
Yes.
So here you can see the coming to the stage, what will happen? It will taking the code from the repository, right? For how we will taking the repository, I mean, taking the code from the repository using the command git. So actually, this will using the git command, git clone, and taking the code from the remote repository. So we need to ensure that the git is installed on the machine. Similar way, coming to the Docker part, okay? So here you can see that Jenkins will do the Docker commands, right? Docker remove or Docker build, Docker push. So we need to ensure that Docker is installed on the same machine. So similar way, as per the requirement, we need to install corresponding supporting services on the same slave machines. Okay. Otherwise, that pipeline will fail because due to that service. So we need to check or we need to install sudo yum. Similar way, we need to install, for example, Git. Okay, Git. So Git already. Sorry, I missed that. Install sudo yum install on the slave. Okay, these all the things we need to do on the slave. Okay, now actually we installing the Git tag. Okay, so that by similar way we need to install Docker or other services like Try whatever. Now we are going to create a directory. Okay, mkdir using make directory. I will go to create a home directory, home Jenkins. That's fine. Okay, so nothing here. lns-ltr. See, now files are here. Okay, now we need to go to provide the same directory here. Home Jenkins. That's fine. Next thing is the launch method. This is the main part. Okay, how we connect. As of now, we didn't connect with the slave, right? So here using methods are there. One is launch agent by connecting it to the controller, and the next one is launch agents via SSH. So if you go with the launch agent via SSH, we need to configure the SSH machine, okay, the slave machine using machine public IP port number. Then port number means the SSH 22 port number. Then we need to define the key that using for the machine. Like that is a private term key. A lot of stuff there. But if you go with the agent by connecting it to the controller, this is actually we install some agent, okay, within the slave machine, and the agent will connect with the our master. So I'm selecting that one, okay. Launch agent by connecting it to the controller. And so some seems fine. Now I'm saving that. So
I
here you
think
can
number
see
of executors have changed from 2 to 1.
1 to 2, 2 to 2. And I think it's 2, right?
It changed to 1 actually.
Let me say it. Here also it seems 1. Okay. Apply and save. Now we need to go back to the Jenkins. Okay. So this is our slave machines. And here you can see nothing displayed NA, because we did not onboard that machine, or we did not install the agent as well. Okay. So select the machine. So here you can see we got the command to perform on that machine. So this is a Unix. Okay. We're using the same Unix. So we need to run this command onto the server. So first I am run the first command, okay. So it will taking some agent jar file, go to the slave machine and run it here. See, now we taken the agent.jar file, okay, on the server same Jenkins directory. Now we need to run the rest of the command, and that command included that path as well. We already created the path, right? So that's why the path included here. Copy and paste. Hit enter. Okay, we need to install Java. Okay, for installing Java. There's a version there, okay, for the Java. Mm. Java 17 version, and that is for the Amazon Linux. Okay, Amazon. Correct. So I missed the Amazon actually. Java is a dependency. Okay, we need to install on Java on all the servers to install the agent as well. After we can run this one. Okay, that's fine. Now I am running that command. See, it's completed and we can see the log as connected. So now we successfully create that Jenkins master slave setup. Now you can see the machine is up and running. And we can see the machine details here. Everything is fetched. Also, you can see the build executor as 2. Now we need to go to the dashboard. We can see that specific machine will be here. Yeah. See, the slave is listed here. Slave 1. So that will be the build executor for the machine. If we have more slaves, then all the slave will be here, okay, listed here. Slave 1, slave 2, like that. Got it.
So we have to
So
follow the same for
we
other
can,
steps
yeah.
too.
Sorry.
Same process we have to follow to add the other slaves too, right?
Right. So
And
I will go. Yeah. Go ahead.
whenever one slave is busy, whenever we like kick off other trigger other pipeline, it will go with the other slave, right?
If we choose any, yes. Otherwise, we need to define the agent in that pipeline as well under the agent. So here, this is a part
Agent as
where we define this that slave. Here you can see it's any. So coming to the pipeline, okay, I will show you coming to the one other pipeline. We can set up similar like master slave setup, and we need to run that specific job on the corresponding slave machine. Also, I will show you one freestyle project, okay, using Jenkins. So that will running on. You can go with some small build step, some we can execute some shell command, okay, using echo command. This is from okay. So that's fine. Apply and save. Now I'm going to build now. So we can see where actually that build runs, okay, and build processed, okay. See the build is successfully completed. I'm checking the log. Go to the console output. See started by the user, the same Jenkins user running as system. Built remotely on slave one. Got it. And this is a command actually. The echo command that is displayed. This is slave one success. Also, we can check that specific job details under the home Jenkins workspace directory. Okay, so it will create a directory called workspace under the same path. This is a path we created, right? So we can see the directory workspace there now. So for that, we need to go to here and type ls. See the workspace and remoting directory create. Okay, cd workspace. So we can see the project as well. Workspace ls. See, so we need to go to Jenkins. No. Jenkins is a project name, right? Yeah, the project name is Jenkins. So it will listed here. So all the files or belongs things under the Jenkins. Okay, in this case, it's just a execution, so nothing there. Thing. For example, it's a Java project, then we can see a lot of stuff here. Okay, like the commands, the jar file, everything will be under the same directory. Got it, all of you. Any doubt? No doubt. Okay. Then we can wind up, right? So can you do the same lab on your environment? This is a simple one, right? Just taking two machine and just open the port number 4040933. Then take two machine and go to the node part here under the manage Jenkins. Click on the first we need to go to the security and open the port. Okay, enable the port. Then click here and add the port number. Then configure it, taking the command and run it on the EC2 machine.
No.
Ensure first we need to disable that executor on the same EC2 machine. Okay, that built-in node on this machine. Just to go to the machine, open the built-in node and go to the configuration. And here number of executor, make it 0. That's it.
So the port which we are enabling, do we need to use the same number to,
Right. 40933.
so is it for what? Is it for Jenkins or?
That is for the inbound traffic between the agent and the Jenkins machine.
Okay.
So they will communicating via 40 for that port number actually. Where actually that I will show you. Manage Jenkins under the security. See agent.
So you have provided this. Initially
Right.
it is disabled and we have changed to fix.
Initially we can see it's disabled because we don't
Yeah.
create any agent. Whenever we're creating the agent or whenever we're adding the agent, we need to set as right. If we go with a random, it will take any random port number. Okay. So fixed one, we can fix any port number. So just that port number we need to open on that easy to mission.
So
they will
if you
come.
choose for the random, does it gonna show the port number here?
No. For random, it will not taking any port number. I mean,
So
randomly
how
taking.
can we gonna open that in security groups
That's the
then?
problem. That's why we ensure that we just open one port number for the specific service. So that's why we open the port number 433.
Okay. Even if we are creating the two slaves, we have to do this
Right.
same port and we have to, okay.
Yes.
We are concurrently, we have given concurrent builds as to, can we give me an example like when do we use this one? Because just now we are using one build at a time, it is going for one build. How come it's gonna make use of two builds at the same time?
Two builds in the sense of two
Like,
different applications, right?
have
I mean,
like,
two pipeline.
mm,
You mean two pipeline, right?
not sure though, I'm just asking. I am not sure if it is like two, you have given two builds, right? So
Hmm.
two concurrent builds. So
Right.
are we, it will be using for two different pipelines at the same time.
Right.
Why it is offline?
And that is often because I break that command actually. Otherwise, we need to run it on background.
Okay.
Now back online again. See.
Okay.
We can check the log as well. So This is based on the mission, okay? Mission and agent, everything is good. Can see the system information. If we need to disconnect, then click on the disconnect. So this layer will disconnect from that. Connection was broken. Got it. We need to run it again from here and run the command again. So it will connect. Same command we can see here. Any doubt, anyone?
I'm good.
Okay. Then can we wind up today's section for good?
Also, okay. Thank you for the class. Have a good morning, Tawfiq sir. Good night to everybody else here. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye all.
Bye all.
We can run a Node.js application, okay, tomorrow. It's using CHKD. So, I mean, before we run on Java, right? So now we need to change that application language to Node.js. So it's different way to configuring the plugins and everything. Also the stages. So tomorrow we can do that. Okay.
Okay.
Bye all.
Bye.